Hello, hello. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. Good afternoon, slightly. Or 4 minutes afternoon. And good morning for those of you in still in the morning, and good evening if you're watching out like anywhere that is evening. So, if you are new here, my name is Noura Al Masri. I am an enrolled agent and the founder of Noura's Books. I'm also known as the nonprofit CFO. I am here every Friday with my partner, Brittney C, and I will let her tell you about her self.
Happy Friday, everyone. I'm not gonna dance this time to save you guys' eyes of my embarrassing dance. But anyway, I am Brittney C. Happy to be here with Nora every single Friday. And what it is I do for my company, Write the Vision Plainly LLC, is write grants. And I show grant writers, nonprofits, and businesses how they can get funding at the early stages of their business and of their nonprofit. So if that's something I know that you're interested in, but you're like, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do. Just continue to stay tuned. Just continue to stay tuned here, or you off here, you can follow me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. I have several channels. But for this time, we're gonna get into our story time of what our driving force was as individuals that made us the dynamic duo that you see before you today. But first, bear with us. We're gonna mention again our available money now mastermind for for those of you all who have been asking us questions outside of the information that's already been provided under our videos that we are posting daily. So, this kind of mastermind is no ordinary mastermind. And for those curious about the price and why we're charging $497 for it, that's our early bird introductory rate that we're giving you to go ahead and uh, make that step. That's your leap of faith. That's your time to join, because we understand that this nonprofit world can be challenging to navigate, for a light term. But we want you guys to know that you can do it. We're going to be in this workshop cutting out the red tape. In this mastermind, we're going to be working. We're going to be cutting through the red tape, getting through fireballs, answering your questions live and in person for the running of your nonprofit, the structure, how it goes, grant writing. How do you structure and formulate your proposal to get funded sooner rather than later? And also, who is this for? So, if you're an individual, if you are interested in starting a nonprofit, you're an established nonprofit, but maybe you haven't, maybe you're stuck in a certain bracket of your fundraising or grants that you want to excel past. We're going to give you all of our secrets and nuggets on how to do it all from beginning to end, from I'll say from beginning to end, and also from wherever you're stuck at to pushing through that threshold to exceed your expectations on where you're trying to go.
Awesome. You guys don't want to miss that. And just talking about the price, like it's really, it's really nothing. Like when we shared this with other people who are professional, who knows like what we are gonna share with you at that time, they said this is really nothing. You guys should charge much more. But we didn't want to do that. Like actually, we want to give an opportunity for each one of you to attend, as long as you are serious about really growing your nonprofit. Because, or if you are not serious, you're not going to take this step. If you are serious, you know that you have to give before you start. You give from your time, you give from your money, you actually ask your questions, because we don't possibly know everything as a human being, all of us, right? So we need to ask, we need to go to those people who started before us, who did actually see a result. If we don't do that, none of us will know anything. I'll tell you, like, in me and Brittney and everyone who I know that really are serious about their businesses, nonprofit, whatever they're doing, we don't spend any single day without learning something new. Every single day. We actually go to training every single week. We actually have mentors, mentors and coaches we talk to, we consult with, because we want to make sure we are better every day. Because if we are not better every day, if we're not going up, that means we're going down. There is no staying the same. No staying the same. If you have trying something for a while and it hasn't been working, that means you have to pivot something else. You have to try another way. You have to, if you keep trying to do the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. And if you want a different result, you have to try something new. I spoke to some people actually saying, oh, we applied the strategy or already and hasn't been working. When I look at what they are doing nothing similar to what I am telling them to do. And when I unwrap what's actually I actually meant to with it, like give them an example, they would say, oh, that's why. Oh, I see now. So you might be, I'm just mentioning this to see, like, to say that you might be thinking you're doing the same thing, but really you're not doing the right thing. You need to really make sure you're doing the right thing. You're following strategies one by one with anything you are going to do. And we are doing this, guys, for you to get you access, like live access, because like having online training is great, and I know it's convenient and everything, but it's also different when you are on hands on, um, live together. You're getting those workbook, you're asking questions, you're interacting, you have someone else sitting next to you to actually share their idea, to it's different, it's a different vibes, different energy. So we want to be in such a setting with you guys. And let me tell you, this is just the start. If you attend this mastermind, the available money now mastermind, you and apply the strategies we are teaching you, not just attending and for close these works and go do nothing, I assure you that you're going to see a result. I assure you that you're going to say, oh, okay, I'm glad I made this investment. I'm glad I did made that decision. And do it now before it's too late, because if you do not do it now, you're going to regret it. You might find yourself 2 year passes and, oh, okay, I wish I did join Brittney and Nora at that time. So make sure you do that. We want to see you. We want to help you. So allow us to help you, please. Allow us to help you. We are almost done from the half of the year. You still have a chance actually to change your destiny for this year. You still have a chance. We have few months later, like a few months more, like 6 months. But by the time we're gonna have this mastermind, you're gonna have only few months, but still have time, because as a nonprofit, remember, people are ready to give in fourth quarter. They are
Mm-hmm.
ready to give, because why? Different reasons. We have I give, Christmas, everyone want to give in during Christmas because they want to share the blessing. Giving Tuesday and Thanksgiving, everyone wants to be thankful for what God give us, and they want to share the blessing. They want everyone to have the same experience they have. They want to help other people. And then the last but not least, they want these deductions before December 31st ends. They want these deductions. And if you are ready, if you know how to stand, how to get into that, how to tap into that third quarter ready and know what to ask for, now how know how to prepare yourself for it, you will see the difference. You will be glad. You will receive all these donations at that time. Be ready. Now it's time to get ready. Register for this so you can make 10, 20 time X what you're investing, or maybe more. Believe me, if you take it seriously, you will see results. And it's the best time to take that action. If you do not take action, nothing will change. If you take action, everything could change for you and for the beneficiary that you are worrying about. And you can see the impact in 2023. Don't wait. You
Now,
can see the impact now. So go ahead and get your ticket. Tell people about it who are not yet registered or who might be benefiting from this. Get them in, tell them about it, buy your ticket, let them buy their ticket, and come together so you can be accountability partners. Make sure you attend with a friend, and you don't have to be in Houston. I actually recently like spending most of my time in Chicago, and but I will go to Houston just for this. So, and yeah, you can come too. It is worth it. You are going to be thankful for attending this event and learning and applying what you're learning. So make sure you do that. And there's an opportunity for you to actually, even if you don't have the 497 right now, just take an advantage of the early bird and you can pay later. You can just click on that link on when you go to the Facebook group, go to tickets and purchase the ticket. You can, when you click on that link to purchase the ticket, there's an option to pay later. You can say pay later, and then it's going to ask you a couple of questions. You're going to fill the information and give you a couple of options to see like for how long you want this payment plan to be. So there's no excuses. There's no excuse. It's an investment in yourself. It's an investment in your organization, in your business, whatever that you are joining us to do better. It is an investment. So we are looking forward to see you there. I mean, we can speak forever on this, but really because we are very passionate about it and really want you to be in. But we're not gonna keep you hanging more unless, like Brittnei, want to say anything about it. We're gonna then start to tell you about why did we start as a nonprofit consultant. Do you want to say anything?
I do have one more thing to say. Okay, so we're nearing the end of the second quarter for those of you all that don't know. And this is just for the regular funding. And like for the foundations, the corporate, on the uh regular giving. And I'm speaking that way because I I believe if we're not already in the third quarter or approaching the fourth quarter for federal uh federal grants, federal funding, federal spending. So, the government moves a lot faster than we do. So for on that non-federal level, I will say that. So now is a perfect time to get in at 497 for Available Money Now Mastermind. And here's the thing that here's something that you can look forward to. Whenever we do have this in August, it's the perfect time to start wrapping up your grants, revising them, reevaluating them on your next approach, because the end of the year giving, as Nora said, comes in December. And from December 1st to December 31st, I'll say it's 30 to 35% where they give more in that month alone than any other month. So now is a perfect time to get ready for end of the year giving, as well as take that into the first quarter giving, or what I like to call as hot quarter. That's a whole nother can of worms. I'll say the I made a video about it. You can check it out on my page, on my channel. It's everywhere. But just to we know you want to get value out of this, and we're just letting you know now is the perfect time to do so. If you've been looking for a mastermind, a class that teach you nonprofits and grant writing, how to navigate both, then you're in the right place. And this mastermind is for you. So that's all I wanted to say about that. And we're gonna give you our story, the real reason why you're here. And so go ahead, Nora.
Okay.
Take it away.
All right. Thank you. So, guys, we can't wait to see you. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background. If you don't already know, if you've been following me for a while, like I didn't mention the entire story, but a little bit. So, I'm originally from Syria. I was born and raised in Syria, and I came here in November 2000 and to Chicago. I moved to Chicago, um, and I came after graduating from Damascus University. Damascus is the capital of Syria. Just geographic lesson here. So I graduated in a business and administration bachelor degree, and then I came here. I didn't do anything for a couple of years, like 3 years, and then I went for my master degree at DePaul University. I got business information technology master degree while I was working actually in a corporate. So I worked my first ever like full-time job was at DePaul University. I worked as a grants assistant, and that was my first ever job in the United States. And yeah, in the United States, because I did something in Syria before. Anyway, so I was a grant assistant. My position was funded by the grants, so it was a temporary assignment for me. Um, and then after that, I moved to corporate jobs. So I was a staff accountant at one of the companies, corporate America, for 5 years. Then in 2011, if you're familiar with the Arab Spring, Arab Spring start happening, Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, and then came to Syria, Yemen, and then came to Syria. And then when that happened, I was just like, I can't work, I can't focus anymore in my corporate job. I never liked my job anyway, because I was like, okay, I'm just doing the job because I was a single mom back then, and I wanted to work, but I really didn't know what I liked. So I'm like, I don't know what I like to go for it. But for now, I'm just working to see if I will ever figure what I would like to do. So I kept working. And when the Arab Spring happened, like I was like, okay, I can't focus on this anymore. I really want to help the refugees who started at that time coming out of Syria. They fled the country because of the violence that was happening from so many, from the government. And so what happened, that was in 2011. It was June. And I was really distracted. And then a lot of activists around the country, US, we came together and we decided to do a fundraising to help the refugees who started fleeing the country, like I said. So we decided to do a fundraiser in Chicago, because Chicago is a Midwest, as you know. So it's easier for everyone to come there. And because I was a local, I was actually responsible for a lot of logistics. Sorry. So no, this is comes with all the emotions at that time. So bear with me. So I started working with all those activists. We were able to raise more than $150,000 at that time for the refugees. And after that fundraiser, one of the community leaders who is running a nonprofit he founded asked me to join them on board, to come on board and join them full time because he basically liked what I was doing. So I was like, okay, sure. This is like, yes, this is what I wanted. Like I asked God and he delivered like in 3 months. So that was amazing for me. I really appreciated the opportunity and I left my job right away. Um, in July of 2011, that is when I started my full time journey in nonprofit. And I loved working there because it was very fulfilling for me. I wanted to do it. And I was responsible for the Middle East program. I was a Middle East program director and I was doing everything almost, uh, everything from everywhere. I wasn't really sleeping. It's because I was responsible for offices in the Middle East, different time zone, like, and it was like I embodied my work. Like I was like so passionate about it, and I wanted to make sure everything's going well. I wouldn't be sleeping. Like I would go to work like just regular time, and then I stay late, and I would be like, I was very sleep deprived, if you can say so. I stayed there for a few years. Then, like, I started getting a lot of offers from other organizations. So I joined multiple organizations, like in different level, and I helped a lot of them like grow and started. Some of them started their offices here in the US and in different levels. So I love that work. I'm like, okay, I love this work. But then after a few years, I was really, because I was all in, like many of you guys who start your nonprofits, I was all in. I was getting great results and everyone wants me to come on board. But I was drained. I couldn't see my kids anymore. I couldn't see my family anymore, even though like we were all living like same place. But I couldn't have any time for myself, for my kids, or for my family, even though I was like dragging my kids everywhere I go. And this is what actually I can see the benefit for that now as they are growing up and they're young adults now. So I see that was a great thing for them, but it was draining for me at the end. So I'm like, okay, now my kids are going to college and like I need to bring in more money and I need to be resting. I need to enjoy them before they leave me and say bye. So I was like, decided, okay, it's enough. I can't really do this anymore. So I went back to corporates. I joined like as a consultant in some area, and like okay, I worked 2 years like that, and then eventually during COVID, I decided to okay, I'm gonna start my own tax and accounting firm because that's my area, and I'm gonna just start this way because I don't want to work um, in the office anywhere anyway anymore because I didn't know that I would enjoy working virtual from home until that happened in COVID. And when I got a new assignment, like to go to the office, I'm like, I don't like this anymore. I don't want to do it. So I started my tax and accounting firm. And right when I started, before even I go live, I signed up for a coaching program. And this is one of the best investments I ever made, actually, if it's not the best yet. So that's why I feel like it's the most important thing. Whenever you want to do something and you want to do it successfully, you have to join coaching, have a mentor, do something, work with someone who has already done it and show success with it. So I joined this coaching program. My coach is amazing. I admire her so much. She is successful. She helped us get successful. And anyone who joined her program, if we do the work, of course, like not everyone does the work, but whoever does what she says, like we see results. And that's what's usually goes, like when you apply the strategies, do the work, be consistent, you will see the result. So I saw results. Like I was able to get client like first month after joining. When I went live, like in a couple of weeks, I got clients. So when I was like, everyone's saying now niche down, niche down, niche down, like you need to specify who you are working with. So I'm like, everything on that rules saying that I really have to work with nonprofits. I'm like, no, I don't want to work with nonprofits. Being honest here, I don't want to work with nonprofits because I don't want to get all of these, like, like I don't want to be losing myself into anything anymore. Even though, like, when I do good, I don't want to lose myself in, because that's what happened when I did nonprofit. But then I surrender. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just try to do it, and last, I just wanna try this. So what happened is I started talking to people over Zoom, like nonprofit leaders, and saying, okay, talking to you guys. And I felt like, okay, I really want to help. And I don't want anyone to face what I faced. I don't want anyone to be drained. I don't want you guys to give up on your nonprofits. So I noticed like the main drive for you guys is there, but you are getting yourself financially drained. You're getting yourself emotionally drained, like I did before. So I wanted to help you. So I am now all focused on nonprofits. I do a lot of, I maybe like my clients, like 50-50 between businesses and nonprofit for bookkeeping, CFO services, taxes, individual, like, I have 50-50. But after talking to so many of you, I developed a coaching program just for you guys in nonprofit. So you get results, you create the impact you started your organization for. I wanted to help you. So I have like few organizations leaders joined me actually in this program, and the program is still open. But I'm glad to be helping you. I'm enjoying now helping you. And then I met Brittnei. We're not going to talk about like how did we meet yet. Like join us like on next Friday, and join us every Friday. We're going to tell you all the secrets. But now we're not going to talk about this. But here's why actually I felt like sometimes it's good, like while nonprofit, while online things is good, but you want to see people in person. It is a different result, because also what motivated me for that, I was in a mastermind with my coach back in October, and it was amazing 2 days. I was there with other tax and accounting professionals. We spent 2 days working on our businesses, and it was amazing. I was motivated more than ever, and we exchanged idea. So actually, I wanted you guys to have the same experience. So that's why we decided to do this available money now mastermind. We want 5 hours only from your time in August 26th. So make sure you join. And this is how we love you guys. So we're doing this out of love. We are a nonprofit consultant out of love. And I'm not, you're going to hear from Brittnei. So hold on. She's going to tell her story as well.
Don't
So,
leave. Just listen to everything Nora's saying right now.
yes. So I'm really excited about this, and we are going to give you everything, and we have been giving you, like, if you are with me in coaching, if you are a client, you know that I'm giving you everything I wanted someone to give me. And this is a fulfilling job for me. Like when I help more nonprofits than ever, like I help, like with my YouTube, with my Instagram, with any social media, with this setting, But of course, we cannot do everything for free. This is the rule. Like for everything, we don't want you to do things for free. We want you to get funded. We want you to get paid for working for your nonprofits. So this is a universal law. We have to obey this universal laws. This is what God said. Everything, like, this is the rule we have to follow. Because if we don't, we're going to get drained. We're not going to be able to continue. Just like I wasn't able to continue when I was working for a nonprofit, even though I loved the work, but it wasn't sustainable. Yes, I was going few years, but I couldn't keep going the same pace. And I've spoken to a lot of you guys who are in the same situation. I spoke to a lot of people who's been dragging this nonprofit for 10 years, and they are financially drained. They cannot support it anymore. They are almost giving up on this. And I ask you guys, don't give up before you give yourself the last chance. Join this Available Money Now Mastermind. And we promise you, if you follow what we're saying, you are going to get results. And one of my clients, actually, she said, like, she's been working on her nonprofit for a while. Yes, she was able to get a grant, but not so many, because she still needs to work on her nonprofit. But she has never found someone who trains on how to get individual donors. She was searching for that training, and she couldn't find any. And she finally found me. Not to brag about me, but really, like, I tell you guys, like, I didn't find anyone who's training on how to do work on nonprofits and get those individual donations. And I promise you, if you do what I'm telling you to do, you're gonna see results. I'm not gonna talk about what Brittney's say because, if she wasn't saying she was not doing a great thing that I admire and I believe in, we wouldn't be partnering. But I will let her say that. I mean, but I'm just telling you about my part now. You will see results if you pay attention, and if you apply the strategy, be consistent with it, patient, and just ask me when you have a question. Maybe you're thinking you're doing the right thing, and then I'll tell you, oh, this is what you are doing wrong. Like my coach, she tells me, oh, this is what you're doing wrong. Try this. And it does work, because this is why you're here. So we can't wait to see you on Available Money Now Mastermind. And enough with me. This is my story. And if you have any question, post it. I would love to hear from you. And I will give the mic to my partner, my friend, Brittney.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, thanks.
Finally.
So, and guys, this is us. This is how we joke and play around with each other. So I don't want people to be like, oh, she offended her. How dare she? No, it's all in love. It's all in fun. But my story is so much different from Nora's story. And I'm laughing because, like, she experienced something positive, and what she wanted to do to help versus me was a direct opposite. My positivity comes in a lot later, but whenever I started my grant journey, of course, before I was the grant consultant you all know and love, and nonprofit consultant, if you will, I was going down the free route of grant information. But here's the thing: the free information I was getting at the time, where I Google search and stuff, and I think this is before like different from other foundations, before they started doing this, or it was already there. I just didn't look into it, but I digress. Google was my best friend, so I would spend like 1,000 hours on Google and YouTube. But I found similarities from the blog I just looked at and I just read verbatim. I just clicked on what I think is a different YouTube video, but they're saying what I just read in the blog, and that was getting like super duper frustrating. I didn't have At that time, I wasn't able to invest, but I still wanted to know, like, okay, how do we get funded? And I got tired of looking at those videos that said, oh, secrets is huge, like secrets to funding. And then they, they're warm and they're like, okay, we're going to tell you the strategies and the secrets to funding. And then it's an hour of nonsense. And then tune in next week where we're going to give you the secrets to how to get funded. And I'm like, but wait a minute, that's what you said this video. Okay, let me tune in next week. And it was still the same. Tune in next week for the secrets. Tune in next week for the secrets. And I'm like, I'm tired of that. So out of frustration, I started my company, Write the Vision Plainly LLC. But like I said, that's how I started, but that's not how I ended, or that's not how I'm continuing on. That's not what led me to the happy event of available money now. But in that journey, I started because I'm fed up at this point, and I'm just like, Google, you won't give me the secrets, and I want them. So I started volunteering for nonprofits. That's what, whenever I volunteered as a grant writer for nonprofits, and I know what you're thinking, pro bono, and you're doing this for free. And those of you who knows the amount of work that goes into getting funded, I know you're saying you're crazy. Why would you do that? At the time, I didn't have experience. My background is in legal. I have a legal background where, and it was mainly for those of you who are unfamiliar with this terminology. I was a records retrieval analyst specialist slash, as the world knows it to be, paralegal assistant. I was not certified, but I was a paralegal assistant through a non-party third party firm. And so I would obtain patient records on behalf of the paralegals and attorneys. So they have a chance to go to trial, because by Texas law, the paralegals just can't say, oh, I got a legal request to do it. So usually, if they're not able to, or if they don't have the clearance to do that by Texas law, they can't go in the doctor's office on the behalf of the patient and get their records. But third party, I'm not certified, but I'm the paralegal's assistant, I can call for that. So that's mainly what my job was. And also, it was kind of grueling, but I loved it, because although I couldn't get off the phone until I got the records, which was annoying at times, I felt a sense of accomplishment, because I knew I was helping with the cases. And that just carried on into what I'm doing now. I know a lot of people are like, wait a minute, you just jumped from grant writing to what you used to do. How is that relevant to here? It's my story. Because everything I learned from there, and I did it for 5 years, it's a transferable skill to what I'm doing in grant writing. And so a lot of things that I notice are going unsaid. And it's like, people want funding and they want to be funded now, but it's it's a strategy that goes behind it. Or people are desperate for funding and they're being promised, or guaranteed rather, and I hate that word for funds, that you can get it like in 12 hours, 2 hours, 3 minutes, but they want you to pay, the whoever that grant scam artist is, they want you to pay them two-thirds or more of what the grant they should be winning you costs. And that was a problem for me. And that, and how I know this is just like, wow, you're being ultra specific. How do you know this? Because it was my mom's story. And then a friend of mine said a so-called funder nonprofit reached out to him, and they told him, oh, we're gonna give you what was it, $1,000 in funds for housing. This is for new and upcoming home buyers. And he already told him, well, I live in an apartment, so that don't apply to me. No, 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 you qualify. We just need your banking information. All the red flags and sirens went up, and he was like, hey, Brittney, can you investigate this? Because this is what they're saying, but I don't know. It's suspicious. I don't know. Can you research? I say, yeah. All of 5 minutes, I come back and I'm just like, yeah, it's a scam. And he was telling them, well, I have my friend who's a grant writer looking into this for me. And they blocked him because, like, no nonprofit is going to take that first step unless they heard about what you're doing in their investment. They're invested. They are acquainted with your sponsors, who your sponsors are telling you that, hey, we have a nonprofit that's reaching out and they want our services or they want what we have. Then absolutely. But if it's just a casual say, hey, we're giving money away, nonprofits don't usually work like that. So getting to the fast forwarding into the juicy good parts. So, paralegal assistant, grant writer, this is what I'm passionate about. I had to go through some trial and error because I was at that stage of, oh, I only want to do write grants in a box. And can't do that. You can't only do the grant writing part because anyone can write a grant, but how do you get funded without knowing the ins and outs of how a nonprofit work? And that's the strategies that I teach, I coach. This is what you're going to learn in Available Money Now Mastermind. Now, I didn't give anything significant away. I'm just letting you know a strategy that I use. But to learn that strategy in depth, I will see you on August 26th for Available Money Now Mastermind. So, with that being said, going through the trial and errors, the growing pains of being a grant consultant and what it is that we have to go through in order to do that, I'm now shedding light and giving secrets on what it is and how we get to that funding step. How to say, okay, yes, I finally jumped over this hurdle and I'm able to get funded without stress, without breaking the bank, without using your own money, without, like I said, paying a scam artist 2/3 of whatever the grant would have cost in order for you to do this. And also, just to be honest with you guys, how to actually write grants. This is what you do from A to Z without leaving anything out, except the red tape, except the other methods that you probably heard of. Just cutting through to the point. That's why I do this. That's why I love doing this, because a lot of things that you guys may not know, I have the inside scoop on, and I can navigate you through those fireballs, that grant jargon, so you are able to get funded sooner than later. And how I got after, um, doing the paralegal assistant thing for 5 years, it's just like, well, how did you get into grant writing? I really like the setup of being a paralegal assistant. I love case building. That was already in me before I started as a consultant. So it's just something I carried on naturally to what I'm doing now, which makes my strategies diverse because I'm able to give you those in-depth methods without you having to spend another 1,000 hours like I did trying to condense it all. Because it's one thing to learn it, and it's another thing to teach it. So I, as an effective coach, I want to teach you those methods that you're going to look at, you're going to apply, you're going to do it step by step. For those of you who are not allergic to work, if you are, then unfortunately our mastermind is not for you, because the second the butts are in seats, we're going to get to work. We're going to see what it is that you're working with, and we're going to give you what we know effective strategies that are to work. And besides being a consultant in that arena for like the paralegal assistant for 5 years and carrying that on. I've been doing this on the grant side for a few years now, and I love it. The people or the clients that I've had, they've seen results. I've shared my results with them. They've seen it for themselves, and a lot of it is just knowing that you can do it and getting out of your head. Because I have talked to a lot of you, and a lot of you are saying the one thing that irks my soul. It does, where you say, "Oh, I'm too lazy to write grants." No, you don't want to write them, and it's okay. Just say you don't want to write them. Someone out there like me who would be happy to write it for you will be able to do that with the skill set and knowledge and love for writing that I have. It's okay to say that you don't want to learn it, that you don't want to do it. Not that you're lazy to do it, because you're not lazy to work, not lazy to pay bills, take care of your kids. Even for those of you who do battle certain certain things like depression and things like that, when you have to come out into the world, you're not making that as an excuse. You're just saying, okay, this is something I got to do, and I'm going to do it. And if you feel like you're lazy, or you feel like you want to relax, as I call it, you're going to relax, or you're going to take that time to relax on the weekend or on your off day. Doesn't make you lazy, just makes you relax. So laziness is just you are unwilling to do it. That's all. So get someone to either teach you the effective strategies for you to do it yourself, or outsource, hire someone to do it. So that's the basics of my story, where I started in anger because I'm just like, oh, this is so frustrating. Why don't they just get to the meat and potatoes of everything? Then, getting connecting with coaches, networking with coaches in this, who's been doing it longer than I did at the start, and being thrown in, if you will, because I took classes for this. I remember being 6 months in, and it's almost like I was drowning a little bit, because I'm trying to learn the strategies for myself. And this was before I was a consultant. I'm just a grant writer at this point. I'm trying to learn what I need to learn in order to write grants. And I didn't see the value of it until now. And so that's another thing that I'll be sharing with you guys. So, just to make a long story short, I was very angry when I started my company, because I'm just like, y'all hiding the grant secrets. Where are they at? But now I understand where the people who are already in that realm or in that world of nonprofit, they know how it works. They don't have a problem with sharing their wisdom. But it's also people who won't listen or won't engage, or you won't put in the effort. So why not take it or owe it to yourself to just look into it? And also, if you feel like this is your last straw, like, if you don't do this, okay, this is the last 497 I'm going to invest. And if I don't get what I need from this, then I'm done with nonprofits, or I'm done with grant writing forever. That's why we're talking about this every week, every day. If you've been following our social media posts, from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever we are, this is why we keep talking about this, because we understand some of you guys are on your last leg. You're saying, if this is not it, I'm out. If I don't get anything, not even from what we are given for free, if I don't get anything that's pointing me in the right direction, I'm out. I gotta get out. I gotta go back to corporate, or I gotta go do the thing that I hate doing in order to sustain myself. No, we want you to live your dream. And that's another reason why I became a grant consultant, nonprofit consultant, because how often do we have our dreams, but we got to put them on the back burner because we don't have the finances, or we got to put it on the back burner because maybe our family or our spouse wouldn't understand, or our friends wouldn't understand. Maybe we put it on the back burner for some other logical, legitimate life reason where we're still saying, yeah, I kind of like what I do, but I don't love it. But this, I love this. And right now I'm at the point where I'm doing it for free. But if I could monetize this, or if I can start making income out of it, generating income out of this is what I really want to do. What are the next steps? They're in Available Money Now Mastermind, because it's like I said, some of you guys are stuck. Some, like I said, we don't want you to give up on your dream because you tried everything in the kitchen sink. You've been told no so much. You're just, you know, this is your yes, and we don't want you to mishear it and say, nah, it's not for me. This isn't it. It is. This is the sign. For those of you who have been praying for a sign, this is it. For those of you who have been looking for a sign, this is it. For those of you who have been wondering, what what else could I possibly do? This is it. And so you'll see why we're so passionate, and this was our driving force to start being nonprofit consultants, me and Nora. And eventually we got to our partnership, which we will tell you about on the 30th, which is next Friday, on June 30th, 2023. Same time, same place, but right now this is our story. And our stories do continue because we both like to talk. Stories will continue because we both like to talk. Like, we're going to continue talking about this next Friday if you don't believe us already. So that's all I have for you guys. And yes, like I was saying before, I started in frustration because I got sick of the tune in next week rhetoric, when I'm like, I can tune in now. And this is what I'm learning as a someone who's coaching this. If I start talking about it and you come for the information and that's it, that's all you leave, okay, I gave you what you needed to get to the next level. I don't want to gatekeep on this. I don't want to tell you that, oh, well, okay, I know that you're only here seeking free information and I don't want to, I'm trying to put a block there so you can't get it. But I am saying there's only so much information we can give, so much value we can pour in for free before we take you to the next level of your investment. Because of course we're pouring out a lot, somewhat on our lives and what we do, but in the class, after you make the investment, we're going to give you like 2 times that, 10 times that, 100 times that, and then some. Because when we do our workshops, aside from this, we don't hold back. We're It's not going to be tune in next week. We're going to give you everything that you need from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's 5 hours. We're going to have fun. We're going to make it fun. There's going to be games. There's going to be exercises you can do. And of course we're taking breaks, like, because you got to absorb the information, right? So yeah, just come to Available Money Now Mastermind. Perfect time for you to join if this is like, if we're your last straw. Perfect time to join if you're looking to start a nonprofit, and if you are looking to become a grant consultant, grant writer, or just know the processes of it. If you're stuck and you want to get from unstuck to your next level, this is it. If you want to if you want to get out of the mundane schedule of your 9 to 5, this is it. What more could you ask for? What more could you need? Is $497. You can pay that in full. There's financing available. You have the option to pay later. It doesn't get no better than this. And on August 1st, we will be increasing the price. So you have until now, till then, to get it together. And instead of saying what you don't have, think about how you can get it. Is this investment worth investing in to you? If it means that you're going to get unstuck, you're going to get more value than what we are providing for free. If you're going to if you're going to be propelled to your next level. So think about that. Okay, thinking time is up. So go ahead and make the initial investment. You don't want to wait too long because like I said, August 1st, the price will go up and we don't want you to miss out on the 497. However, we can't control what you do, but after that, on August 1st, that's it. We're not gonna lower the price one last time because you missed the window. We're telling you now. We've been telling you this since the end of April. So guys, come on. What are you waiting for at this point? Are you can't be possibly waiting for another sign or another like confirmation or another like okay, is this it? Is this not? Cuz it's it. This is the yes that you've been looking for. This is it right here. So come see us live in person at the Zap Foundation
I can
of
hear myself.
Cat Foundation of America, I'm sorry, is going to be located on 3949 Braxton Drive, Houston, Texas 77063, and that's by the West Park Tollway. And when you're coming to see us, you're going to be passing through the Galleria Uptown area. So on your way there, on your way passing through the Galleria, you can see us live and in person. You get to ask us your questions in real time. We get to give you that one-on-one attention that you're probably not getting or missing out on because you just need that extra step. You kind of need that guidance. So we're here to give that to you.
Hmm. Yeah, we cannot wait to see you guys. So yeah, I can hear myself for some reason. But yeah, so we
I'm
can.
ready. Are you guys ready? Nora's ready. I'm ready. Y'all are ready. You just need to take the next step. That's all we're saying. Take the next step because this is something you've been wanting.
Mhm. Yes, and we can't wait to give you everything we have and really, really see you succeed and get that nonprofit for a next level. And because you have something in you, because otherwise you wouldn't be there, you wouldn't actually be starting this. So you don't only owe it to yourself, you owe it to the people who you once started your nonprofit for. You owe it to those people. They're waiting for you, they need you. So yeah, let's take a step and let's do it. And this can generate 10 times of the income or more. So make sure you actually be there, and we cannot wait to see you next Friday to tell you how did we meet and actually more about our story. Hopefully by then we will see a lot of you coming to register to secure that early bird and bringing your friends with you to register as well. So see you later.
See you guys. So we will see you live and in person at the Cat Foundation of America on August 26, 2023 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in Houston. So you have the location and we like everything else we put in the description. We put in the description so you can get it so you can have access to it. Get your tickets now. Get it today. What are you waiting for? And so just as that last word of encouragement, we will see you there.
Bye.
Enjoy your